I'm always on.
Three, two, one.
All right, David.
Wow.
We have made it to Friday. Yes, Friday.
It is Friday.
Welcome to KSAT
You know what
News
that
Now.
means?
Woo.
You know what that means?
What
It's
does it
Friday.
mean?
It's 2 days after Hump Day.
There we go. Man, we just need to have you here every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday?
Yeah, it's just
For
for
Hump Day. Wow, it's Friday.
It is Friday.
It's a great day.
Yeah, absolutely. We are
Absolutely.
wrapping up the week here with another bro show. And joining us in just a little bit will be Mia. So a bro show plus a Mia.
Plus a Mia.
Yeah,
Well, somebody's got to level this thing out.
Yeah.
Because it could get a little crazy. All right, well, we
rein it
got
in a
some
little
serious stuff we got to talk about this morning before we get to the fun stuff.
Yeah.
The latest on Clayton Perry investigation and body cam footage release of the incident. If you haven't seen it yet, we got some of that for you coming up.
Yeah,
It's interesting.
yeah, very interesting to say the least. And Wendy's here stepping up its Frosty game ahead of the holidays. And I think you said it best. It's not PSL.
It ain't
That's not what we're
pumpkin
talking.
spice,
Yeah.
which is fine with me.
Yeah. Okay. Not a fan. Not a fan of the pumpkin spice. No.
A little overdone.
And it's also going to be an action-packed weekend in the sports world, and we are going to run through all of that stuff here in just a little bit. But of course, all of this revolving around the weather.
Revolving around the weather,
Yes,
especially tonight, because we're carrying the big high school football game tonight in Reagan and New Braunfels. So what's it going to be like tonight for all these people? So
It's going to be windy and it's going to be much cooler than what we've seen
Take a
throughout
coat.
the entire week.
Wow.
Even just looking across the state of Texas, gee, I wonder where the cold front is.
Wow.
Kind of hard to tell, right? No, not at all.
I can see it.
Literally, it's 78 here in San Antonio, so humid outside, but just up I-35 in Waco, it's already 50 degrees. It is 1 degree above freezing in Amarillo here this 11 a.m. hour. So yes, much cooler air is going to move into South Central Texas after we see this front push through the area around lunchtime here in San Antonio, and then that will continue to push through our southern counties here as we head into the afternoon. As we just take a look at temperatures here locally, plenty warm across the majority of our region, but as you get closer up into the hill country along the I-10 corridor northwest of San Antonio, it's 53 in Fredericksburg, 52 in Junction. Rock Springs already seeing some of that cooler air move in, currently 55 degrees. Now, along with this front, we do have the potential to find some scattered rain and thunderstorms move in as the boundary pushes farther down to the south. So you can see across parts of the hill country already seeing some of that scattered activity. Non-severe here locally, but we do have a couple of downpours moving through the northern portions of Real County there, just north of Vance, north of Lakey as well. A little thunderstorm just to the north of 377 in Rock Springs over in Edwards County. And then just some scattered speckled showers pushing through the northwestern reaches of Kerr County there as well. On the very tail end of this activity, a few showers pushing through eastern Valverde County just to the north of Del Rio. But big picture here, most of us are quiet across South Central Texas. The activity associated with that front is off to our north, but as we see this boundary push southeast here throughout the afternoon, we are expecting that broken line of rain and thunderstorms to accompany it here in San Antonio around lunchtime, just after lunchtime, 1, 2 o'clock. We see that rain and thunderstorm activity push through Bexar County. That continues to move southeastward. The initial line of rain and thunderstorms moving through our southeastern counties by about 3, 4, 5 p.m. So by afternoon drive time, the bulk of that heavy activity should be south of our area, but a few lingering showers certainly possible. And also something definitely worth mentioning, we do have the potential to find a couple of isolated strong to maybe even severe thunderstorms. Biggest threat would be some strong gusty winds, maybe a little bit of small hail associated with some storms too. So we will need to monitor that. We are planning on doing an app cast on our KSAT Weather Authority app right after the noon show. So around 1:05 to 1:10, we are planning on stepping out there. But the good news is for Friday evening plans, the bulk of the rain should be southeast of our area, but then we focus on the temperatures and the wind. So we've already climbed into the upper 70s. After we see that front move in, temperatures quickly fall into the 50s this afternoon. And then I do think later tonight into the 40s. But when you factor in that wind, it's going to feel even colder. So we're talking wind chill factor for the first time this season. Wind gusts upwards of 35 miles per hour will be possible there. So you are going to want to bundle up for any Friday evening plans. Definitely take the coat with you and keep it around this weekend because we are starting off chilly. On Sunday morning, around 37 here in San Antonio. I think it's possible we see parts of the hill country see a little bit of a light freeze there. So we'll monitor that as well. And then temperatures in the upper 50s and low 60s. So yes, it is going to be a much cooler weekend, and that's going to stick with us into next week.
So tonight, that's what we're really concerned about.
Well,
7 o'clock for high school games.
yeah.
Around 7, playoff game.
Around 7, it's going to be windy and it's going to be cooler. So those are the two big, we might have a couple of lingering showers across parts of the area. The heavier rain and storms are out of the area, but the two biggest things is going to be the wind and then the cooler
So
air.
we should be in relatively decent shape.
If you have a coat. If you have a coat.
If you have a coat, maybe
And
a
then
warm drink, some hot chocolate.
Sure,
or
some
something.
hot chocolate,
Yeah.
And
hot
so-
apple cider.
Oh, there
Will
we
the
go.
wind keep blowing tomorrow? Because I know
Yes,
we got
tomorrow's
TCU
gonna
and
be-
Texas in Austin tomorrow.
Tomorrow's going to be
See
breezy.
where my priorities
I
are
think
right about
that
now.
wind is going to settle by tomorrow night.
Okay.
Yeah.
But throughout the day tomorrow, it's still going to be
They
pretty
kick off
breezy.
at 6:30, so maybe the wind will die down a little bit.
I think, yeah, tomorrow evening it'll be a little bit calmer
So
out
those
there.
high schoolers and all the fans got something to worry about tonight. Take a blanket.
Take a
Yeah, we got some
blanket,
football
take a
weather.
coat.
Football weather.
About time.
Yeah.
We're only halfway into November, and we finally have a night that feels like football.
Mia, did you have the coat out, the boots? you're talking?
I got the
Okay.
coat, found it in, the back of the closet.
Oh,
Hadn't
wow.
really needed it for a long time. So yeah, we're able to find that.
Is it the big furry coat?
The puffy one.
The big
The
puffy?
puffy jackets?
Yeah.
That's the one that I found.
We're talking.
Puffer jacket.
And
I
by
like
the
it.
way, I knew that when it gets below 50, you do count the wind chill factor.
Wow.
There you go.
Here
Weather
we go.
101.
Good job, David.
Justin has taught me well. Mm-hmm. So if it's above 50, you don't count a wind chill.
I'm
If it's
sure
below
Justin
50, you count
very
a wind
proud.
chill.
Making Justin proud. He's doing
See,
a
look,
fist bump
Justin's
right
right
now
there.
in the newsroom.
Proud of you.
Justin's
Yeah.
always wondering what he created, though.
Well, thank you, Mia.
You're welcome.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you, ma'am.
Okay, David. Moving on to some of the serious news that we've been following over the past couple of days. The fallout here with Councilman Clayton Perry, the District 10 councilman, is now awaiting for his court date in December related to his suspected role in a hit-and-run crash that happened this past weekend.
Yeah, Perry turned himself in yesterday afternoon after an arrest warrant was issued. He did not comment on the crash, only saying he will trust the process, referring to the legal process. And less than 2 hours after saying that, San Antonio police released officer body cam footage of that incident where Perry appears disheveled, refused to admit that he was actually behind the wheel.
Yeah, so that was immediately after we were able to hear from the councilman for the very first time. And if you're watching us on the visual platforms, you see that officer's body cam here as he responded to when a witness followed Councilman Perry back to his house. So some more details on this. So the warrant stated that minutes before Perry collided into that vehicle, he was slurring his speech and causing a disturbance in the drive-thru of a Bill Miller barbecue.
Yeah, the restaurant is less than 1.5 miles away from the crash scene, and as of right now, Councilman Perry said he is not stepping down from that council seat. So
Yeah, so-
we'll see how that develops.
Absolutely. And again, we have all of this this video here and the full story on KSAT.com. So if you want to get caught up on this, it's been just a couple of days here. We had not heard from the councilman, but he did talk to the media for a little bit, did not obviously allude to anything that happened that night, just said that, as we mentioned earlier, he was waiting for the legal process to play out here.
Some national news that's going to affect a lot of folks here in Texas. A Texas federal court judge has blocked President Joe Biden's student loan forgiveness program, declaring it illegal. The conservative group, the Job Creators Network Foundation, filed the lawsuits and in October, and on behalf of two people who borrowed money but didn't actually qualify to get that debt relief.
Yeah, absolutely. So the White House, of course, has disagreed with the ruling here and vowed to continue fighting. The Justice Department already announced that it was appealing as well. And this program, of course, currently on hold following a ruling by a 8th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals in a separate legal challenge. And we kind of figured that this was going to take a while here to go through the courts and all the legal processes here as well.
At some point, be very surprised if it doesn't end up in the Supreme Court, which could be, I guess, close to the end of this year, sometime next year. So you knew when this, when he signed this, when he came up with this idea of this debt relief, that it was going to be,
states,
going to be a lot of legal challenges.
Yeah, individual states involved here also suing as well. So yeah, a lot of developments there. David, we did not mention this off the top, but we do want to take a moment here to say Happy Veterans Day, of course, to all of our veterans, and basically thank our veterans today.
Happy Veterans Day, and thank you for your service. And there's a lot going on actually today and tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be the Hemisphere Park Run, Walk, and Muck, I believe. They got a muck thing in there going.
Okay,
so,
I
if
like
you're in the
that.
military, you know what that is. If
Yeah,
you're not in the military, then just run or walk.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is all free and open to everyone. And of course, we have more details on our website. Just click on the KSAT community section. This starts again at 8 a.m. So run, walk, and muck. You're saying here, David.
Our own Jonathan Cotto, I believe he's going to be involved in some things tomorrow. Of course, he is a Navy veteran,
right?
So we thank him for his service.
Yeah.
And so he's going to be doing some stuff with those veterans tomorrow. So that'll be an exciting day.
Yeah.
So a little windy tomorrow, as Mia was talking about, but it'll be a good day to get out and celebrate and congratulate him. And so if you know or see one today, or tomorrow, or even at any time, you can walk up and, if you wanted to shake their hand, if you want to do a fist bump, if you just want to say thank you for your service.
Absolutely.
You always got to remember those veterans. I think I've heard it several times now that 1% of Americans are in the military, protecting 99% of us.
That's a pretty incredible way to look at it.
Yeah,
that's some good perspective.
I think that's
there.
how that goes.
Yeah, that's some good perspective.
So.
Yeah, I've have family members that were veterans as well. My grandfather, my uncle, a bunch of cousins. So, yeah, happy Veterans Day to them as well. And the Veterans Day goes all the way back to 1919, David, when President Woodrow Wilson issued a message to his countrymen on the first Armistice Day, in which he expressed what he felt, what this day meant to Americans. And then in 47 is when it officially became a national holiday.
And there are few countries who celebrate their veterans like we do. I don't know that another country celebrates an entire day dedicated to just veterans. There are probably some out there, but I know that we do it as well as any country, if not better than most of them. So we appreciate those folks who are willing to lay down their life.
Military City, USA.
That's why we are. Military
Absolutely.
City, USA.
All right, David. All right, so this is some good news here for fans of some sweet treats. Yeah. Okay.
When I saw,
You're shaking your head. Why is this?
When I saw Wendy's has announced a sweet offering for the holiday season, my first thought was, didn't we just go through pumpkin spice time? I hope
man.
this is not another pumpkin spice time.
You know what? I'm with you on the pumpkin spice. Just getting way too much love during the holiday season. I know people love pumpkin spice, but yeah. So Wendy's here has added.
Now we're cooking here.
A new flavored frosty to the menu, and this is for a limited time. So starting pretty soon here next week, a peppermint flavored frosty will be available for order. You're a fan. You're a peppermint fan.
Wendy's third new frosty flavor in the past 16 years, peppermint.
Wow.
It's going to replace the strawberry flavor introduced in December, which is fine. They can replace the strawberry and put in peppermint. Look at that. Look at all those peppermints right there. It just exudes Christmas, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Holiday season, peppermints.
burst of fresh peppermint in every sweet bite is what Wendy's is saying today about this new frosty, and that's pretty interesting. I've always been kind of used to just the classic chocolate, strawberry, vanilla frosties there. I may have to stop by Wendy's here.
See,
pretty soon.
this is why this is such a good time of year, because you go get the peppermint, the candy canes, and you go get the long peppermint sticks.
Yeah.
Put them in the stockings. Oh man, I can eat the whole peppermint stick. That ain't problem.
All right, Dave. We're gonna have to make
Can't wait.
make a quick road trip to local
next
Wendy's.
Tuesday?
Yeah, that's Tuesday.
Tuesday,
the
Tuesday?
15th. Okay, yes.
Maybe we'll do a bro show next Tuesday,
At a Wendy's.
and we'll just, or at least bring
Just
some
go.
in.
Wendy's,
Well,
if
we can
you're
do a
listening
Brojo
to us
Adelaide,
right now, maybe drop off a few peppermint
Yeah, we
frosties.
go there and pick up some. That won't be a problem. All right, so what are we going to talk about now?
Yes.
Now it's the fun part.
All
High
right,
school
yeah.
football. Well,
So,
one thing about it, your
bro
Wendy's frosty won't melt tonight.
That is true, yes.
While you're at the game.
Because it's going to be cold, and as we mentioned here a little while ago, we have got some football weather, some hitting weather out there this morning. It's going to be an action-packed weekend across, not only here, but across the state, sports-wise. There's a lot going on here.
Is it going to be cold enough to where that really hard hit stings a little bit? You think?
Ooh, I think so, yeah.
Little pop
Yeah,
in the
a little bit,
pads.
especially that first one.
Yeah.
Once you get that first hit in, I think you're
And
going to
that
definitely
guy
feel
going
it.
back to the huddle going, oh man, that kind of stung, man. My hand hurts, my arm hurts. Wow, it's a little chilly out here.
Yeah, David, and we are really excited about this right here because we have got a big showdown tonight in high school football, and this is going to be Reagan taking on the New Braunfels Unicorns, and I continue to say this, I just love that mascot, the Unicorns, and not only love that matchup, but also love this matchup right here.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. If you remember, we had this game way back at the very beginning, the very first game of the season.
Man, that
no,
feels
it was
like
the second
yesterday.
game of the season because there was one on Thursday night, and then Reagan and Smithson Valley played, and they played in the KSAT Pigskin Classic to kick off that Saturday of high school football. So we'll be watching them again tonight. You know, the thing about Reagan, if you notice, they run the ball.
Yeah, you do. They
And
do.
they might need to keep it on the ground a little bit, and New Braunfels throws the ball, so New Braunfels may have to change things up a little bit.
Yeah.
But Reagan might need that ground game if that wind is blowing.
And that's why I love this matchup because you're right.
Yeah.
New Braunfels
Well,
plays
there's
a
the
lot
run.
more of
That's
that
smart
spread,
right there.
that air raid offense, which has been obviously very popular in the college game and now a little bit in the NFL. But Reagan's kind of an old school team right now. Yeah, they got a young man there named Cole Pryor who is one of the best running backs here in the city. So yeah, this is going to be a fun matchup, and even better, you're going to get to see it from
Live.
the comfort of your own home if you do not make it out to Comalander today.
Live right here on KSAT 12. So we got a 6:30 pregame show for you. It's going to last until 7:08.
Yeah.
And then we're going to have the kickoff, and it's live right here on KSAT 12. So you need to tune in if you're just looking for something to watch tonight. You're tired of those old lame shows and all that stuff on cable. Bam. Watch some high school football. 'Cause this is going to be a good one.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're going to be a part of
Absolutely.
this as well? I know
Maybe a
you're
little
going to be out
part,
there.
do some pregame and some postgame, and Greg Simmons is actually going to be in the booth, and he's going to be one of the guys calling the game tonight. So will Bobby Stossenberg will be up there. So,
Nice. Yeah, of
so-
course, TSP are partners when we do all of our big game
Yeah.
coverage, and this is just one of several high school football games taking place across the area, and all you need to do is download the BGC app to get.
And remember, if
all
you're
your
going to
information.
go to a game tonight, don't go thinking it's going to be like last week or the week before when it's 90 degrees at kickoff. Go tonight thinking it's going to be a little chilly. So take a coat with you if you're going out tonight.
By the way,
That was Mia's instruction.
Yeah,
That's what Mia
absolutely.
told us.
Absolutely.
Take a
By
coat.
the way, David, we have a Reagan alum right here, our
Do
one
we?
and only Ben Spicer. Yeah,
Wow.
he's sitting right to the left of me. Ben, any predictions on tonight's game? Reagan, New Braunfels? Low scoring.
Low scoring.
Oh, wow. Okay, low
Weather
scoring. Did not
because of
see
weather.
that.
Okay, he's saying low
Oh,
scoring
I like
because of
that.
weather.
Okay,
All right.
you're right, because the wind is also going to be a factor. The kicking game is going to be a little bit. Yeah.
What's going to be interesting? Remember the punter for Reagan during the Pigskin Classic?
Yeah.
He kicked one 73 yards.
Oh, that's right.
So
yeah.
let's see
Well,
what
it
he
was
can
at the
do.
dome.
Yeah, I know, but there was no wind. So let's see what he can do with the wind tonight. You know,
Wind chill factors.
I love that.
Hitting weather, yeah, it's
So,
going to be cold
we'll
out
see.
there.
All
So
right.
again, that's taking place. Now, if you want to stay indoors, the Spurs are also in action tonight as they take on the Bucks of Milwaukee coming into town here. And Giannis Antetokounmpo is going to be hanging out at the AT&T Center.
Yeah, and look at that record, 10-1.
Okay, you know.
All right, So we can see if they can pull that out. And then real quick, tomorrow night, we mentioned it earlier, it's Texas and TCU. In Austin, Texas is 4-2. TCU undefeated in the Big 12, undefeated for the season. So this is a big game as far as Texas. Texas is on a little roll right now.
Yeah.
So if they can win tomorrow night, then they just, make it. They're in better shape as far as a Big 12 championship.
Texas
game
is
goes.
actually favored in this game. Favored
Really?
by 7.5. Yes. 7.5 over TCU, an unbeaten TCU who's right now ranked 4th in the college
in the
football
country.
playoff.
TCU needs to keep winning if they want to get
Oh
in the
yeah,
college
yeah.
playoff.
They have one loss and they're pretty much.
And they're done.
I think they're done
Yeah,
pretty
so
much. Yeah. So
we'll
that's
see
going to
how
be a fun
that
game in Austin. Also, David, don't want to forget about the UTSA Roadrunners. They are back here at the Dome tomorrow against Louisiana Tech as well.
Would love to see them win and would love to see them finally break the top 25. I don't know what those
Oh
people
yeah.
are doing.
They're getting there. Frank Harris, that guy's amazing to watch, and
fun.
all their games are always down to the wire. So I don't know how they do it. Coach
And you and I will be
Trevor.
back Monday to wrap all that up on KSAT 12 News at 9.
Oh, yeah.
And we might do a bro show again and wrap it up then too. Who knows?
We're just gonna have you come in on Monday's Bro Show and Wednesdays Hump Days. Yeah.
Hump day.
All right, y'all. Be safe out there. Stay warm, and again, get ready for this cold front to make its way into the San Antonio area. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us this week on KSAT News Now.
And there's a look at what's coming up at noon. We'll see you then.